Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. So today's video is my Wednesday weekly Shop My Stash. So it's the video where I'm going to be pulling new products into this week's makeup collection. I'm going to leave some things in here as well though, because I didn't really get a lot of use out of them. So I think I'll leave this Becca blush with light. I always think it's called Blinded by the Light for some bizarre reason. And it's just got 3 blushes in. I've only really used this one and I want to get a little bit more use out of these 2, so I'll do that next week. And also I want to keep this one in as well. I have used it a couple of times, but I was really enjoying using it, and prior to that I barely used it at all, so I think I'm going to keep it in for at least another week. And it's just got 3 highlighters in. I just use those 2 there, the lighter 2, and this one is Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne's Beauty Beam, so yeah, I'll keep that in. Of course that's staying in there because that's Project Pan. This is also Project Pan, so that will stay in. This I'm going to be keeping in just because I find it easier just to be kept in here and I want to use it up. It's not in a Project Pan or anything, but I've had it quite a while and I really like this as a bronze topper, to give that glowy bronzer. So that will be staying in. The only thing that really is going back then is this Profusion Cosmetics Mixed Metal Glam Eyeshadow Palette. I've done a try it Thursday using this, and I've also done a mini review, so I'll link them in the cards or at the end of the video. This, guys, is such a beautiful palette. I am so glad I've got it in my collection. It's got like 6 metallic eyeshadows and 3 mattes. I feel like you've got everything that you could possibly need in this palette apart from the cream ivory shade, but I'm not too bothered about that because when I use it I can use is it white chocolate shade from the chocolate bar? Yeah, white chocolate. That's one of the eyeshadows I need to use up in 2020, so I'm not too bothered that it doesn't have that cream ivory shade. I'd much rather it have, you know, another metallic because I don't have that many metallics in my collection. So yeah, this is going to go back today. And I don't think we will choose something else just because I'll just get the other palettes. Right, so this is the one I'm starting on. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be keeping it in the collection. It's the I Heart Makeup Revolution Pink Fizz. I've only used it once so far. So yesterday I used this like as a base shade. Then I went in with this shade here. I need to tell you the shades, don't I? Right, so Champers was that shade there. Then I went in with Drink. I didn't really go in with a darker shade, I don't think. Then I put Celebrate all over the eyelid and it looked amazing. I don't have an eyeshadow in the collection like that. That's the only thing that's making me want to keep it. It did look really nice. I didn't take any pictures unfortunately, so I can't show you what that looked like. And then we've got like all these like kind of like mink kind of colours here. That's making me think, shall I keep it? Depends on the quality of the eyeshadow palette whether I'm going to keep it or not. Oh, I also used this in the inner corner Bubbles. It's such a really nice inner corner highlight type shade. It's not picking up as much as I want it to, but yeah, it's really nice. And then we've got this one here, Peaches and Chocolate by I Heart Makeup. So I don't think I will be pulling any palettes today. I'll be concentrating on these for the next week, which is a shame because I did want to pull some palettes, but I do need to be testing these out because I do want to do a review on all the chocolate palettes that I've got in the collection, like a least favourite to favourite. So yeah, I want to test them out. Right, so now let's go into my everyday makeup drawer. and see what we're putting back. So we can put this back. I've used this quite a bit. It's Max Beaming Blush. We'll pop this back. This one is the Kiko Bronzer. I used this quite a few times. It's in 01 Velvety Peach. Do I want to put this back? I don't feel like I used it that much. I'll see. Yeah, I'll keep it. Then we've got these. So I've used this for a couple of weeks now, and although I want to keep it in for another week, I think I'm just gonna put it back in the collection, and I can always pull it out another time. Same with the Dior Rosy Glow, that can go back. This Becca Chloe and Malika Made with Love by Chloe is staying in. I did use it, but I feel like I didn't get that much use out of it. These products are staying in as well. Right, let's just go here. So this one is just a mascara that's open and that I'm going to be using until it finishes. So that's that. This one can go back. It's the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer. This Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Foundation in medium can go back. I'm going to keep this in just because I didn't use it last week, so we'll try and use that this week. Don't think I'll be pulling a foundation. Then we've got the Revolution Fast Base Concealer. This is the only concealer that I'm using up, so that stays in. This NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder can go back. This Laura Mercier one can go back, and we'll pull the e.l.f. one. I'm going to keep this in for another week. I have used it, but I only used it a couple of times, and I really do like it, so we'll keep that in. And then these products stay the same, so I don't need to talk about these too much with you because they stay the same week on, week out. And also I'll put my Shop My Stash review from Monday up so you can see all that. I just feel like it would, you know, be a waste of your time to watch me go through all those products when I talk about them constantly. So now let's put all these away. There's not actually that many. Let's just put them away and then we'll go and shop my stash. Right, so I wanted a moisturising primer for this coming week, so I've decided, because I've not used it in a hot minute, I've decided to pull this Nivea Daily Essentials 24-hour moisture and express primer gel cream. I was going to use my Laura Geller new one that I got, but I've decided not to. So yeah, that just always stays in here, so we'll be using that this week. Just thought I'd show you that before we went and shot my... Right, so I have pulled this Rimmel Stay Matte in the shade Transparent. I do have the Peach Glow, but I have recently used that, so I thought I would pull this just in case the Collection Sheer Loose powder doesn't work out for me. So I have got 2 powders, well 3 including the under eye setting powder, so that's enough. Then we need to pull in a bronzer. So the next one up is this Cargo. It's just a matte bronzer. I'm only going to pull one in just because I do have another bronzer in that face palette by Becca and the Chloe and Malika collaboration Made with Love by Chloe, so I'm still using the Chloe one. So that's that. Then we're going into blushers. So the next blusher is the Illamasqua one, and you get 2 blushers in this little blush palette here, so I'm kind of thinking that's enough, just because I have got blushers in that Chloe and Malika face palette. Do I just want to pull one more? Yeah, we'll pull this one by Kiko. This one is 02 Blending Wave, so we'll just pull them. Then highlighters. I do want to use some highlighters, so let's just pull that one. This is Technique Get Gorgeous. It's one of my favourite drugstore highlighters. We'll just pull the one. And I think that's it out of that drawer. Right, so out of this drawer, I don't know what I want to pull. I think I want to pull one of these. Revolution. Either the Beyond Radiance palette. That white shade there is really good for under eye setting as well. Let's use this one just because I haven't used this in a while. And then these are all face palettes, so I don't really need to use any of these. I've got the contour palette from Revolution and Imagination, so I don't really need to use any of that. Yeah. And then this is my smaller eyeshadow palettes and then singles here. Again, I've got a couple of palettes that I need to use up, so, well, not use up, but need to use, so I don't need to pull anything from here or from here, just because I'm using the iHeart Makeup ones. So that's it for now. I'll put all this into my everyday makeup drawer and I'll show you what we're looking at. Right, so the only thing that I put in here now is the Revolution Beyond Radiance palette. So everything else I stayed in from last week, or I Project Pans, so we'll put that back there. Oh, and also I've managed to fit in this palette that I'm going to be using for sure this week. It's the Pink Fizz. This one is going to get used first just because I don't know how I feel about this one. I know I really like the Peaches and Chocolate one, so out of the two, if anything, I'm going to be decluttering this one. Right, and then again, it's looking quite empty, but I kept that highlighter in from last week. This is the Too Faced Blinded by the Light. This one always stays in. It's the New Look, I think it's just called Glow. Yeah, Glow highlighter stick, and that one's in the shade Gold. That's a new bronzer that I put into the everyday makeup drawer for a week. So that's it's just a matte bronzer. Then we've got this Technique Get Gorgeous highlighting powder to use. Another blush that I want to get some use out of is this one by Kiko. And I've got 3 of these in different shades. This one is more a mauve toned, a mauve toned blusher. It's completely matte. So that's what that one looks like. And it's like an ombre blush, so you kind of get 2 shades, which is nice. Then we've got the Illamasqua blusher in Lover and Hussy. This is the only one I've got by Illamasqua, but they are really, really nice shades. Right up my street, and you can use them individually or mix them together, which is quite nice. Then again, we've got the Becca, Chloe and Malika Made with Love by Chloe, which I'll be using this week. I'm going to try and finish this up as well this week and just take this out of here. And then primer wise, I spoke about this before, but this is the this is the primer that I'll be using this week just to get some more use out of it. I'm just going to talk about the new products that I put in to use this week. So we've got the Rimmel Stay Matte transparent powder. That's what we're using as a compact. Then we've got the Collection Sheer Loose Powder to use as a loose powder just to see how it is. The e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. I've not pulled in a new foundation just because I have got 2 in here now. I didn't use this last week, so I do want to try and use it this week. It's the PS My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish Foundation in the shade Porcelain. That was in last week as well, but I'll just show it you again. It's the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I really like that. And then that's all the same from the previous week, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I do want to finish this one up though. I mean, there isn't that many uses. So this is the Bare Minerals Prime Time like travel primer. Like I say, it's not got too many uses left. I've had to cut the top of it just to get into it. So that's that. And that's what we're going to be working with this coming week. I'll probably pull more out of my Shop My Stash next week once I've used one of the I Heart Makeup eyeshadow palettes. A new one will be coming in, and I'll probably get rid of, well, not get rid of, but try some different like palettes as well. So we'll use that. Obviously we're going to use that for this week, and this for this week as well, just to get a little bit more use out of it. But next week they'll probably go back into the collection and we'll pull something else, just because I don't want to be using the same old products over and over again and then just leaving products in my collection that just aren't getting any use. This is the video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I know it, like, I've not really mixed it up a lot this time, but we will be doing that next week. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and notifications bell, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.